When used correctly, AI can reduce your workload and give you your precious time back. Let's face it, as educators, this is what we want. AI is an incredible tool, but it can be easy to get it wrong. You need to know how to prompt AI in order for it to generate the responses that you're looking for. Hiya everyone, I'm Zoe from My Progression, and today I'm not just talking about AI, I'm actually going to be testing it out with you. According to a survey from TeacherTapp in October 2025, 58% of teachers reported that they use an AI tool to help them with their schoolwork, up from 31% last year. We hear so much about how AI can support educators, reduce workload and spark creativity, but how well does it actually work in real-life teaching? Whether you're brand new to using AI or already dabbling in it, this video is here to give you real examples of prompts, genuine responses and ideas that you might want to try in your own practice. Throughout this video, I'm going to be using the free version of ChatGPT to model prompts and AI-generated answers. We'll review lesson planning, report writing, differentiation and preparing to teach challenging topics. I'll be explaining how you can take yourself from an AI newbie to a secure intermediate and eventually hit AI expert, the boss level. Try an AI to enhance my Year 2 literacy lesson plan. So, let's jump into our first example. I'm going to test how AI can help with planning lessons. In this example, I want to enhance my Year 2 lesson on adjectives. I've already got my learning objective, which is to describe a setting using adjectives. Now, at My Progression, we believe that AI should be used to enhance your practice and improve your work, rather than doing the job for you and potentially de-skilling you. For example, regarding lesson planning, you could ask AI for a choice of creative activities to use, any areas for improvement, checking for errors, or adding value by thinking of things that you didn't. A good way to think about it is that even though we have calculators that can solve any problem for us, we still teach written arithmetic because it's a skill that people need and do use in everyday life. Using AI to plan a whole lesson isn't the most efficient use and is something that an AI beginner may do. However, asking AI to improve your lessons shows a secure understanding of the uses of the tool. Let's try a prompt to ask for creative activity ideas for your lesson. So, my prompt's going to be, I'm delivering a Year 2 lesson with the learning objective to describe a setting using adjectives. I'm using a stimulus of a magical forest for them to gather adjectives from. Can I have 3 different examples of engaging tasks for this? Okay, great. These activity ideas are really helpful and will help my Year 2s engage more in the topic. However, to use AI like an expert, my prompt definitely needs more detail. For example, I could include the pitch of the task based on my class's ability, whether I want the activity to be in pairs or groups, and how long I want the task to be. Of course, to make the planning your own or to fit a specific lesson structure, you may need to tweak the activity you select. But as a starting point, these ideas are brilliant. If you're staring at a blank lesson plan and struggling to come up with ideas of creative tasks, this kind of output is such a time saver.
My Progression is powered by Teacheractive. With our app, professional development is easier than ever. Access the video library, complete quizzes to test your skills, and download certificates straight to your phone. Plus, if you're part of the Teacheractive team, you can manage your shifts and availability in seconds. Make your CPD fit your lifestyle. Download the Teacheractive app today.
So, the key things to include in your prompts when using AI for lesson planning support are: include detail about the age and ability of your pupils. Provide the learning objective and any resources that you currently have. Describe the type of task you want, how long you want it to be, and any extra information. And without naming pupils, include if you have any SEND or EAL requirements. AI and differentiation. Okay, let's look at another challenge, differentiation. Now, let's say I'm teaching a reading comprehension lesson to a mixed Year 4 class. I want to give different sets of questions based on ability. I've got the text ready, Varjatpur by SF said. Let's plug in this prompt. Using this short passage below, can you generate 3 sets of comprehension questions? One for lower ability, one for middle, and one for higher ability pupils. I'm going to copy and paste my summary passage below. Let's look at what AI has produced based on the extract and prompt. Okay, great. So, lower ability questions focus on basic understanding and retrieval. Middle ability questions include retrieval, sequencing and some inference. And higher ability questions involve inference, interpretation and vocabulary analysis. Now, this is a great starting point for differentiating your questions based on the same extract. Differentiation is essential to ensure that all pupils are appropriately challenged based on their ability. Using the same extract allows collaborative class reading where all pupils are given the same opportunities. You can use adaptive teaching here where pupils could read individually, in a group or as a class. A top tip from me for using AI like an expert to differentiate questions is to check they match your curriculum and your pupils' abilities. When you collect information from AI, always edit it to put it in your own words. Using detailed prompts for differentiation will save you time. For example, this has saved me about half an hour of planning. To improve this prompt, if you know which reading skill you want your pupils to practice, include it. For example, if you want a whole class lesson on making inferences, you could prompt AI for only inference-based questions and then differentiate these by ability. Moving on to report comments. Now, this is a big one that I've heard many teachers are already using AI for. We all know how long reports can take. I want to see how AI does with some general comment banks, rather than personalised reports. Creating general comment banks are an efficient way to write reports. However, it's important that you don't use AI for whole comments, as they will not be specific to the child. The UK government strongly recommends that personal data is not used in AI tools. This includes names, contact information, and medical records of pupils. Now, reports should be personalised, sharing evidence-based comments about your pupils and their individual strengths and targets. This is something that AI cannot produce, and it is not what you should be using it for. However, AI can be used to create a bank of comments used for a specific subject or topic. Let's look at how. Can you generate a bank of Year 8 maths comments organised in a matrix format? I want the areas to be attainment, understanding, progress, effort, and engagement. Okay, these comments, they're very useful. I can see myself saving this into a document and adapting them for each pupil with specific examples. Asking AI to create a matrix allows me to quickly select the relevant comment from the high, secure, and developing categories. This is using AI like an expert, achieving that boss level. You're using it to support your workload and complete admin-heavy, low-skill tasks for you. Creating a comment bank isn't difficult, but it is time-consuming. Writing personalised comments is a high-skill task, however, which you shouldn't use AI for, as regardless of the prompt you put in, AI cannot produce in words what you see in the classroom from each of your pupils. My Progression have previously created a video on how AI can be useful in every key stage. Check it out after watching this one. The link is in the description below. Using AI to explain a tricky topic in Key Stage 4 Science. Next up, we're going to test AI's subject knowledge. For example, let's say you're on supply covering photosynthesis in Year 10, but it's not your specialism. I'm going to prompt AI with, explain photosynthesis for a Year 10 class in simple terms, including key vocabulary and a real-life example. Wow, as you can see, AI has delivered a clear explanation, including keywords like chlorophyll and glucose. The process of photosynthesis is broken down in simple terms, and all technical vocabulary is explained clearly. If you would rather the explanation in a different format, you can use AI to turn the information into a paragraph, table, or diagram. This links well when considering the different learning styles of pupils and how they will best understand a tricky concept. Now, AI is a great tool for building up your subject knowledge, boosting your confidence when teaching outside your subject, or giving you wording to help students who need extra support. If you're a supply teacher, AI is an efficient and effective tool for quick curriculum knowledge when you're covering a range of different subjects all in one day. I would recommend asking AI to provide references on the information it gives and websites on where you can find the information. Something to be aware of is that AI can be biased and represent strong viewpoints. People often do not display a neutral standpoint on the internet. Therefore, AI could provide opinions, not facts on certain topics. Therefore, being skeptical about AI outputs and knowing where the information comes from is essential. Critically analysing AI responses shows a deep understanding of using it purposefully and correctly, taking you from that beginner level through to intermediate and achieving expert, once you are confident in questioning and scrutinising those outputs. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more practical videos full of tips for educators. And if you find this one helpful, give it a like, subscribe and click on the bell so you never miss an update from My Progression. So, what's the verdict on the usefulness of AI in teaching? Does it save time? 100%. Does it need editing to make it your own? Definitely. Is it helpful when you're stuck for creative ideas? Absolutely. And can it replace your professional judgment? Never. AI is an effective support tool. The more detailed your prompt, the better the results it will give. However, AI is still only a tool. You're the one who brings the magic into the classroom. Therefore, it should never replace you or your brain power, but it will definitely save you some time and give you some inspiration when you need it the most. Have you tried AI in your teaching? Do you have a favourite prompt or a tool? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what's working for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more practical teaching ideas, tech hacks and time-saving tips. I've been Zoe from My Progression. Let's keep your career in motion.